don't own US stock.
What about S&P 500?
If you have a big position in US technology stock, my personal advice would be to sell it all.
But crypto?
No.
Why?
It's an unnecessary piece of nonsense that facilitates nothing except criminals moving money, but they can't be seen.
Do you think Bitcoin's going to go to zero?
Yes, it will certainly go to zero.
What's the most amount of money you've ever managed of other people's money?
165 billion.
And one of the things you're famous for talking about is this idea of bubbles.
Yes, and bubbles always occur around the very most important ideas. So the railroads, everyone could see that it would change the world. The same with the internet, and everyone wanted to put their money in, and so they overinvested. But this is the problem. Eventually, they bust.
One of the things you're famous for talking about is this idea of bubbles. And we're living in a moment where everybody's talking about the subject of artificial intelligence, and everyone's getting very excited by it.
Well, first of all, let me say, I think artificial intelligence is right up there with the railroads. The greater the idea, the more obvious the idea, the more money goes in, and the bigger the bubble, and the bigger the bust. This is, I think, the biggest investment bubble in American history. The indicators of a pure, crazy euphoria, like SpaceX, are all over the place. It will be in 50 years, people, and 100 years, people will look back and tell stories about SpaceX and its prospectus, like they tell stories about the South Sea bubble. You know, an enterprise of such enormous value, but it cannot at this time be revealed. Yeah.
Wow, okay. So coming back to this point that we were talking about, a lot of people won't even know what a bubble is. I think you've done a good job of explaining. A bubble is when everyone gets excited, they all see something obvious, They plow their money in, the stocks go up, and then if you look at the graph that's in front of you there, which shows the history of asset bubbles, eventually there's a big collapse.
Yeah.
And you're saying that the collapse is on the horizon.
Yes. The stocks that have gone up the most, AI and the more exciting stocks with the biggest moves, historically, would be expected to come down the most. The biggest bubble in history was in the Japanese stock market in 1989. So we have seen a much bigger bubble in Japan.
So for the average person, what kind of strategy should they be adopting if you're not someone that has a huge amount of savings? Say you're working for one of these big companies. Are there any strategies that you should be thinking about now before the markets come down and there could be a recession?
I mean, rule number one is always be diversified. And particularly if you have to own stocks, own them outside America.